Hello and welcome back to the lab. For those just discovering the channel, welcome. For those who have been here, welcome back. Today on the bench is the largest DigiKey box that I have ever received. This is for a project that I kind of talked about in a past video. It's come to the point where I've gotten the project off the ground and I have I'm doing a status update essentially, so this is not the normal video. This is kind of a what's coming. The times being what they are and what's going on. It's going to be a while before I get to complete this project. Some of the parts that I have, this is not even half of what I ordered for this project. Some of the parts are on a 72-week lead time. So it's going to take me over a year to get this done. However, I did talk about it in a previous video, and it's at the point where I wanted to give you guys a status update because I have gotten a couple of questions about it. I do need to thank a couple people over in the TechScopes group because they've helped me get this project off the ground. I do not know at the moment if they would like to stay anonymous or not, so I'm going to err on the side of caution. And so thank you. You know who you are. Been an immense help getting this project to this point. In terms of corporate sponsors or anything, anybody sponsoring this video, everything that you see on the bench and everything that you've seen in the videos, aside from a couple of donations from viewers of the channel, has all been purchased with my own money. There's no corporate sponsors. There's no sponsorships at all. I'm trying to keep the channel as independent as I can. Everything you see on the bench is stuff that I've picked for my use, for my needs. And none of it was provided, even the expensive stuff, because there's going to be some stuff coming down the road. I've got some pretty cool stuff planned, but I will have to do that in time. But anyway, on with the video. This is a board that I laid out and got some advice from the guys over in some of the guys over in the TechScopes group. This is a replacement for the analog test card for the 7854. That is going to be, this is the last piece I needed for doing a full calibration on that. I do still plan on, I know my 7804 that's on my bench is not in cal. I know it needs work. I wanted to do a full calibration on it, but there's a thermal balancing step that you need this board for, and there's two reasons for that. One is the ICs over here essentially strip all the digital sections out of the 7854. They turn it into a state machine, so it'll still function. You can actually use this board. You can plug this into a 7854, and it turns it into a 400 megahertz analog scope. None of the digital stuff is gone. All the cards are ripped out, so it just turns it into a state machine. The circuit, so that's what this allows the control to happen and you to select inputs and horizontal and vertical, things like that. There's also a function of this jumper that allows you to test the lights, but that's a nice to have, but not a need to have. I needed the ICs. This is the important section of the board for the calibration. This is a BNC jack. This is these 5 jacks here are proprietary Tektronix connectors. They're the board connectors that go in scopes. They terminate the mini coax. I have some connectors that I've pulled out of other equipment. And the good news is it turns out I can still buy these connectors. They're not cheap. They're $14.95 a piece. So, and all it is a pin in a metal cage. So now it's a gold metal cage, but it's a metal cage. These boards are not going to be inexpensive to make. I mean, I got $80 just in connectors on the board, but I did want to recreate these. There has been some interest in me making a couple of these for some people, and I've already promised a couple of people boards for when they, for if they're ready. So the features of the board are the IC section. These are just a couple of decoupling capacitors. There's the P420, which goes into the scope. There's a 10-pin connector that needs to go there. Goes down onto the LED board of the scope so it can get information from the buttons. The card edge connectors will interface with the boards. I'm going to get one of these cut off, or I'm going to get one of these cut out of cardboard. I've already had an offer for somebody to send me one, just a mock cutout to make sure the dimensionally it will fit, because I have a little wiggle room on these connectors, but not much. So dimensionally this has to be really solid. There's test points here for the digital power supply section, and then there's test points for the analog power supply section. One of the things I changed from the original board is everything runs off of the analog supply now, nothing runs off of the digital. The board from Tech that you would have bought would have had a mix of power supplies. Some of the chips ran off the digital, some of them ran off the analog, and things like that. So this takes a signal in on BNC from the calibrator, one of the calibrators of the scope, and it pushes it back out of J610. This is just a transistor buffer circuit, and it pushes it back out on J610 into the scope. That's what allows you to do the thermal balance on the vertical amplifiers. So that's what you need this card for. What it does is it sweeps the amplifier, and every sweep it switches between the two vertical bays, so you can thermally balance the amplifier. I looked for this card. I've been looking for this card for over 1.5 years. Haven't been able to find it, so figured I'd recreate one. To that end, that is what's in the box. So I've got the first bit of parts in. Like I said, some of the stuff's back ordered for 72 weeks, but I'm starting to collect parts for it. So this is going to be a longer term project. There'll be another update on this soon. This is more of what the final board is going to look like, but what this is this is the board with ground pores. So everywhere that's red, that's going to be copper. And then the green's on the back. So this is a 2-layer. I was able to do it in a 2-layer board, so that will work. But yeah, we'll get into some of the parts. So let me clear this off and get some stuff out of a box. Okay, here is what I have amassed so far in terms of parts for the test card. So these are the special Tektronix connectors that are really expensive, but at least I can still buy them new from Tech. They consist of a pin, which is in here. You can see I have a bunch of pins, but then they also consist of this gold barrel that needs to go around. And what happens is the microcoax goes in here and pokes out into the pin on the board. So I'm saving these. So I had a couple of scopes like the 1100 series, the 11.8, that just was a pile of parts. I was able to pull some of these off. Some of the boards that I know are shot, I'm pulling these off, especially knowing how much these cost. Like I have a 7603 that's just been completely destroyed. All the ICs in it are blown out. The 130 volt rail went places where it wasn't supposed to, and a lot of the custom tech ICs that run on 30 and 15 volts ended up getting 130 volts VCC. Needless to say, the scope is out to lunch and it will not work again. I am saving it as a tube donor for if anything happens to my other 7603, and so it's not going to landfill, but as needed I'll end up taking parts off of it. But there is no fixing that one. Even if I did want to order all the ICs and everything like that and get it up and running, I doubt I'd be able to find them all. So that one is a lost cause. But yeah, so I'm collecting these, but I can buy them new. This was going to be one of my limiting parts as to how many of these boards I could make. And it turns out I can buy these new. However, they are not cheap for what they are. But what's come in so far is my 20-pin These are my 20-pin sockets for the 20-pin ICs. I have 14, 16, and 18 pin sockets in stock. Got our diodes. Let's see, I got one of the wheels of capacitors I ordered. Yeah, these are the 0.1s at 16 volt. So these are going to be decoupling caps. These are 4,000 caps per wheel. So I'm investing in a couple of part sizes for projects, 1206, 0402, and 0603. So as needed, if I need a part that I think I'm going to buy, that I think I'm going to need a lot of, I'm buying a wheel. So I'll have some parts on hand. It's not the cheapest way to do things, but in the long term, it'll let me build up a part stock. These are 300 ohm resistors, I think. Let's see, what are these? These are 100 ohm 1206 parts. These are the 20-pin dips. These are the D-type flip-flops. 74 LS 374. Let's see, what are these? These are the 4-channel 2-input. These are OR gates, 74 LS 32s. Let's see, these are 74 LS 30s. These are NAND gates. Yeah, single channel 8 inputs. These guys were kind of big. And this is what you get when you order 5,000 2.2K ohm resistors. So I have needed these for a while. I do a lot with LEDs, things like that, so I will go through these. This is a decent supply though. Also, this wheel sounds like it's expensive because it's 5,000 parts. Buying it in a wheel really wasn't. These wheels were not that bad, and now I've got more 2.2K and 100K resistors than I know what to do with. I'm going to need a lot of 100K resistors and 2.2s on here because each board I think has like 12 2.2Ks or something like that, so it'll add up. Yeah, my next step is to figure out, well, I got to wait for the rest of the parts to come in. I do have to order that BNC connector still. But then we'll populate a board. We'll do some testing on it, and then I have a junk 7854 that I'd like to fix. Transit was not kind to it. The back got smashed, and it worked for about 30 seconds on the bench and then died. So I'm not sure if it's a power supply problem in the digital section. Analog-wise, the scope's working okay. The readout is messed up. The captured waveform is messed up. It's there vertically, but it's not there horizontally. So it'll be interesting to see where the faults lie, because that's a pretty complicated beast to get in and do some troubleshooting on that. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Let me know what you guys think. Definitely looking for feedback. I do read all the YouTube comments, and it does help steer the channel. So if more of this stuff is what you guys want to see, more repair videos, let me know, and we'll see what we can make happen. I've also gotten some requests for some 2200 series scopes. I have none of those in the queue, so I will have to source some of those. I do want to do a couple, but there aren't any on the shelf to fix. So, and I also know I have a request to replace some of the Dallas ROM chips and some of the DSAs. The 602. So that is on the list to do. I need to get a plug-in where I can do that, and then I will get that video out. It's just a matter of cost. I have some stuff still ordered on the lab. These parts are going to be here for a while, but then I have some other actually full pieces of equipment that I've ordered for the lab that I've been waiting on for 2.5 months. I ordered them as part of, I ordered them the same time I ordered the load. So the load came in real quick. I'm still waiting on the power supply that I ordered at the same time. So they tell me that's supposed to be here in October, like middle of October. It was supposed to be here the middle of September. That's got some stuff for some projects for my wife. She actually wants to put some LEDs on stuff. That's part of the reasons for 2.2 and 100K ohm resistors, because she wants to LED some stuff. Some of her stuff's also going to run on batteries, which is why I have this particular power supply coming. Yeah, let me know. You guys are the community around the lab, and I definitely want to make videos that you guys want to see. So drop me a line in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.